So let's take a quick look at PSR2, which is the PHP Standard Recommendation from the Framework Interop Group. And the important section for this week is section 5, which covers control structures. So here we go. So some of these I have a little trouble with myself because I mainly work in other languages that have slightly different conventions, and so my fingers are a little, they've been trained one way, but so for example, this one right here must have one space after control structure keyword. I'm going to forget that a lot. So be better than me, and remember to put that space in. No space after the closing parens, must not be a space before the closing parens, must be one space between the closing paren and the opening brace. So basically like so. So if, and then a space after the keyword, open paren, expression, closed paren, no space there, no space there, one space between the closing paren and the opening curly bracket, and then everything inside of the braces should be tabbed over one. And pretty much they're all indented the same way. So these closing curly brackets line up, and then same thing with the switch or case statement. So in the switch statement, there's an additional tab under each case, like so. But space after the switch keyword, space after the closing paren and before the bracket, and then this lines up with that. Now, in particular with the if statement, I know that some of you have been putting the else on the next line so that it's lined up with the closing bracket, and same with the else if. I've seen that as a fairly common convention as well, but we're going to try to follow the PHP-FIG standards here, PSR2. So make an attempt to follow that standard. I'm actually fairly flexible when I come to grading, but I think it's good to learn a convention and follow it, even if it's not one that you end up using in the long run. So structure for a while loop, same space after the keyword, same space before the opening bracket, same with the do loop. So for loop, we have a space after the keyword. Operators always have spaces on either side. A space after the semicolon, and then no space before the semicolon or before the closing paren, and the same space before the opening curly bracket. And the body indented one tab. Same thing for each. And then we're not going to cover try catch until later in the term, so don't worry about those. So that covers most of what we're looking for. If you want to look through the rest of the standard, by all means feel free, but this is the part we're mainly going to be focusing on this week.